There have been recent leaks that a majority of the Supreme Court has reported privately voted to overturn Roe v. Wade. With these leaks having gotten to the public, it is quite evident that people are not happy about it. There are even protests that are going on, and everyone is enraged. This includes celebrities and some of our favorites. They are all taking to social media to share their thoughts and unite with the public. But what is it that they are saying? Hello and welcome back, only for the best celebrity news and updates. Today we are going to look at some of the reactions by celebrities to the leaked Roe v. Wade being overturned. Make sure you watch till the end to find out more. And with that, let's get to it. It is said that the Supreme Court has voted to strike down the landmark Roe v. Wade decision. This was according to an initial draft majority opinion that was written by Justice Samuel Alito. This draft was circulated in the Supreme Court and it was finally obtained by Politico, which ended up leaking it to the public. The draft opinion is described as a full-throated and unflinching repudiation of the 1973 decision. This guaranteed federal constitutional protections of abortion rights in a subsequent 1992 decision, which was in the Planned Parenthood versus Casey case. This maintained the right greatly. Alito wrote, Roe was egregiously wrong from the start. In the document he wrote, "We hold that Roe and Casey must be overruled. It is time to heed the Constitution and return the issue of abortion to the people's elected representatives." He even labeled this as the opinion of the court. In the past, any deliberations on controversial cases have always been fluid. Justices have the power, and they do use it sometimes to change their votes as draft opinions are circulating. Major decisions are mostly subject to multiple drafts and vote trading, and sometimes it happens just before a decision is revealed. So this means that the court's holding will most likely not be final until it is published, which will most likely be after 2 months. If the ruling was to be passed as it was drafted in February, it would immediately end a half-century guarantee of federal constitutional protection of abortion rights. In turn, each state would be free to decide whether to restrict or ban abortion. However, it is still unclear if there have been subsequent changes to the draft. No draft decision in the modern history of the court has ever been disclosed publicly as long as the case was still pending. The unusual disclosure will definitely intensify the discussion over what was already the most heated case on the docket this term. The draft opinion gives way to an extraordinary window into the justices' deliberations in one of the most consequential cases before the court in the last 5 decades. Some of the court watchers have even predicted that the conservative majority would slice away at abortion rights without flatly overturning a 49-year-old precedent. According to the draft, the court is looking to reject Roe's logic and legal protections. The draft opinion that was written by Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito has the capability to strike down Roe v. Wade, the 1973 landmark case that has always upheld someone's right to an abortion. This leaked document has received a lot of reactions from celebrities, politicians, and other people all over the country. As soon as the news was released, lots of public figures shared their frustrations over the troubling ruling, which, if made final, could abolish all abortion rights. One of the most notable people to comment about it was the former presidential candidate, Hillary Clinton. After the reports hit the media, she posted a series of tweets. In one of them, she said, "Not surprising, but still outrageous. This decision is a direct assault on the dignity, rights, and lives of women, not to mention decades of settled law. It will kill and subjugate women, even as a vast majority of Americans think abortion should be legal. What an utter disgrace." She then went to Instagram and shared a graphic that reads, "Women's rights are human rights, and human rights are women's rights." In the caption, she wrote, "An extreme wing of the Supreme Court may seek to deny that fundamental truth. They may try to force their views on a country where 70% of the people want Roe upheld. We will not be quiet, and we will not go back." Hillary appeared on the CBS Evening News on May 5th, where she went ahead to share more thoughts on the leaked SCOTUS draft majority. She said, "This opinion is dark, it is incredibly dangerous, and it is not just about a woman's right to choose. It is about much more than that. I hope people now are fully aware of what we're up against because the only answer is at the ballot box. To elect people who will stand up for every American's rights. And any American who says, look, I'm not a woman, this doesn't affect me. Once you allow this kind of extreme power to take hold, You have no idea who they will come for next. The U.S. Senator from Massachusetts, Elizabeth Warren, also shared her thoughts on the news via Twitter. She tweeted on Monday saying, "An extremist Supreme Court is poised to overturn #Roe v. Wade and impose its far-right, unpopular views on the entire country. It's time for millions who support the Constitution and abortion rights to stand up and make their voices heard. We're not going back. Not ever." After this, she then tweeted the following day. In this tweet, she came out as protecting women of color, those with lower incomes, and victims of abuse. She then tweeted a video of herself protesting outside the Supreme Court on Tuesday and captioned it, "I am angry because an extremist Supreme Court can impose their extremist views on all of the women of this country, and they are wrong. I have seen a world where abortion is legal. We're not going back, not now, not ever." Olivia Rodrigo is another person who talked about this draft opinion. She did this on May 4th, when she was performing at a concert in Washington, D.C. for her Sour tour. As she was performing, she took a moment to address abortion rights. She encouraged the concertgoers to use their voices. She was captioned in a video saying, "Because we're in D.C., I couldn't pass up the opportunity to say how heartbroken I am over the Supreme Court's potential decision. Our bodies should never be in the hands of politicians. I hope we can raise our voices to protect our right to have a safe abortion, which is a right that so many people before us have worked so hard to get." On Tuesday, Jamila Jamil posted a graphic on Instagram that featured a quote from the late Ruth Bader Ginsburg. It said, "The decision of whether or not to bear a child is central to a woman's life, to her well-being and dignity. When the government controls that decision for her, she's being treated as less than a full-grown human responsible for her own choices." Her caption read, "This, of course, applies to all people of all genders who can become pregnant. But because for almost all of history we have looked at this as a woman's issue only, we have treated it with the same disregard, nay hatred, as all women's issues. Because the patriarchy hates women, because they fear women. I'm so sorry, I'm so disgusted. We have time to turn this around, but we need to get motivated politically. Stop screaming at the wrong people. Start organizing to put the right people in place to protect us from the actual bad people threatening the freedom of half the country." Mark Ruffalo, the Adam Project actor, also shared his thoughts on Twitter. He said, "I can't believe we are here. Book burning, bans on classroom discussions about race and sexuality, the erosion of voters' rights aimed at the poor and people of color. It's literally a right-wing crackdown on democratic norms. The words are full of passion and intensity." Queen Latifah also talked about the drafted opinion on May 5th, as she was accepting Variety's Power of Women Honoree Award. She said that, "There's a group of people who are trying to steal our power to decide what we want for our lives, our families, our future." She then went on to talk about how people have always tried to diminish her power as a woman. She then encouraged all women everywhere to stand together, saying that there's nothing more potent, stronger, or even greater than women who stand together. Lots more of celebrities such as Drew Barrymore, Amanda Seyfried, Amber Tamblyn, and even Whoopi Goldberg have all commented on this draft, and they are all definitely against it. What are your thoughts on the draft opinion? Feel free to let us know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the best celebrity news.